We had a report come out right when we're at the end of the last live stream. I wanted to get off, confirm some things before we officially started getting too excited. This report came out on Twitter from a verified Sports Talk Atlanta, I guess, beat writer or potential sports coordinator, or radio coordinator. Let me go to his profile. This guy is the chief operations officer and producer at Sports Talk Atlanta. Who knows what the hell that even is. He's verified on Twitter. He reported Deshaun Watson is expected to waive his no-trade clause and join the Atlanta Falcons per source. Again, here's the per source. The trade should be announced within the next few hours. We'll see if he's accurate on this, and we'll give him some more credibility if he is. But at the moment, we can't confirm that this is entirely true. Just because you're verified doesn't mean you get the stamp of approval. So we will see. Thank you, Jordan. We're not sure if it's not true or not. It's just not confirmed. So there are a lot of people that throw sources around, and without a confirmation of who a source is, we can't announce that it is 100% true. So we're going to go ahead and say that we're not going to call this fake news, but there are some that suggest that this is being talked about as potentially jumping the gun and not yet confirmed. He very may well be closing in on the Falcons, but a lot of that Matt Ryan stuff has to still be worked out. So as of right now, at the end of the show, I wanted to jump off and confirm it before I made too much of a big deal about that tweet that came in. So as of right now, not totally confirmed at all. So hang tight as we try and figure out if this is going to end up being true. Apparently, he said that he received a text. Who knows who his source is, though? I really think that the Falcons are the logical choice here, but a lot of things got to go down. This is the part that sucks about smoke season. You get a verified guy on Twitter that works for Sports Talk Atlanta, which when we click on Sports Talk Atlanta, they're reputable. Let me throw this on screen here. This is where he is the director, the sports director for this location. Let me put this on screen, and we can all critique this man, and we'll give him his flowers if he ends up being right. But here's what we have. This guy is the sportstalkatlanta.com sports, what did I say, coordinator. And he reported, this is retweeted by them. It says Deshaun Watson is expected to waive his no-trade clause and join the Atlanta Falcons. Per source, the trade should be announced in the next few hours. So not only did he report this on his verified account, the verified business that he works for, Sports Talk Atlanta, a place for everything involving your favorite Atlanta teams, they retweeted it. And so this is obviously a Sports Talk channel. We'll see. We'll see if it's got any legs to stand on. They got 28,000 followers. They're verified. The Sports Talk Atlanta Jake guy, he doesn't have a whole bunch of followers. Doesn't mean he can't be right. He's in Atlanta. He might be dialed in and plugged into this, but it certainly is not confirmed yet. What's so good about Atlanta, Swaggy says. Watch my entire 1 hour and 30-minute show before this, and you'll get your taste of why I think it is absolutely the best long-term option for Deshaun Watson. Not that New Orleans can't become a good place. Aaron Rodgers says there is no new news on Deshaun Watson. A-Rod wants to get involved in this one. Pitts to the moon if he ends up being in Atlanta. We're just waiting on confirmation right here. This right here is the tweet that went out several minutes ago before I ended the live stream to go investigate, because I did not want to start going too crazy on this tweet if we couldn't confirm it. We need to wait for Rappaport. We need to wait for Schefter to confirm it. This guy might be onto something. He might be breaking it. I'm not following him, so that shows you how much I valued his opinion prior to this. I just didn't know who he was. I still don't know who he was. I probably won't know who he is unless he breaks this. And he could be throwing mud at the wall too, because even if it ends up happening, we've been saying for an hour and a half, this is the scenario I think plays out. So, I mean, he could just be saying this. He's showing no evidence of how he knows. He just said you'll find out in a couple hours. Like, anybody could come out and say that, and then if it ends up landing, you look like a hero. If it misses, you're ruined. But I mean, yeah. Swaggy doesn't surprise me. Not that we disagree all the time, Swaggy, but I do notice a little trend, and Watson would be phenomenal there in the long. Like, you're not touching anything in Atlanta for fantasy. You wouldn't go after Kyle Pitts, Swaggy? You really don't see the value in Kyle Pitts going to the moon, bro? Kyle Pitts to the moon. This is going to be amazing. I would leak that if I was Houston, so New Orleans offers more picks. I got you, fam. Watson better not pick the worst NFL team in the league. They won't be the worst NFL team the moment he's on the roster, pal. Falcons got no wide receivers. Don't think short term, Brandon. Don't think short term. Think long term, pal. Think about it the next decade. You guys got it. Even if you're thinking redraft, think redraft 2023. Think redraft 2024. I talked about this for an hour and a half, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse on it, but absolutely need to think long term on this, because Ridley could be back in 2023. If they don't bring Ridley back, he'll potentially, there'll be some other move that they make, but this team is going to look so different from year to year. And New Orleans has Kamara maybe out for half of a season. You know, you have Mike Thomas. You don't know where Mike Thomas is going to be. It's down to New Orleans and the Falcons. The Panthers are off the table, no longer involved. The Browns are no longer involved. It's between New Orleans and it's between Atlanta. It's Atlanta or New Orleans. So you got to weigh out those two. Watson, 1K rushing yards, maybe Ronaldo. He definitely could. Smitty, you've been going off this week. I'm trying to do my best to cover this as much as I can, as well as I can. And navigating smoke is tough. Like this right here, it broke at the end of my live. I tried to do the responsible thing. Jump off the live, start a new live, and if it was true, or start a new live if it wasn't true, to make sure we attacked it. Like we didn't just let, because at the end of the stream, this news broke, and we're like, whoa. But I had to investigate it. There's so much smoke. I wanted to make sure it was concrete, and it doesn't feel concrete. It does not feel concrete. Not that it doesn't. It still feels like that's what's going to happen, in my opinion, but it's not concrete. This is not concrete news. This guy looks like he's throwing mud at the wall. And he might be right, but where's his evidence? Where's his proof? He broke it, and then nothing's being said about it. He's not backing it up. I went to his tweet. Ben Albright, who works for Broncos Country Tonight. Ben Albright said, what did he say? Oh, what's this guy? If this guy Jake, Sports Talk Atlanta Jake, actually made this up, he's going to be ruined on Twitter. He's going to be absolutely ruined. Not that he had a lot of followers anyway, but this is what Jake Albright's writing. This is bad. I'm sorry, Benjamin Albright. The source of the fake Watson report. And look what this guy, Jake Talk Atlanta, wrote here. He's verified, too. He's verified, and he's reporting for a legit sports a radio like show in Atlanta. I'm bored and about to start making up fake free agent rumors per sources. Unbelievable. And the amount of retweets this guy got on this original breaking news piece where he says that Watson's headed to Atlanta. Unbelievable. Look at the retweets. I hope you enjoy your short amount of fame there, Jake. Look at this. 6,900 likes, 2,248 quoted retweets, 2,227 normal retweets. And his account, he has, and he's verified again, and he works for Sports Talk Atlanta. And his account, he's got 7,800 followers. Like, I'm not trying to rip on the followers too, because like, you know, you can still be a legitimate source if you've got followers, a small amount of followers, but 7,800 followers. His business that he works for, sportstalkatlanta.com, they've got almost 30,000 followers. They're verified too. And they retweeted it. Unbelievable. If this guy made this up to literally rile up fantasy football, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jake has possibly finished his short career, says meet the woo. Doug says take a lap. Smitty, Doug, say one more negative thing, Doug, and I'll boot you. How's that? You're on your last warning, Doug. Your very last warning. You take a lap. You take a lap. If Atlanta gets Watson, they're going to have to blow the team up and rebuild. I think with Kyle Pitts, it's going to be amazing. Just give him time. Give him time. God, I can't believe this guy. I can't believe the balls on this guy to literally, if it is true, if that is true, I'm just putting on screen what I'm seeing. But this was Benjamin Albright's response to it, the source of the fake Watson report. And 3 days ago, this guy, the same guy that broke the news today, reportedly broke the potential fake news. This guy says, I'm bored and I'm about to start making up fake free agent rumors per source. I wonder if he deleted that tweet. Let me see if I can find that tweet. Yes, it's still there. It's still there. It says, I'm bored and I'm about to start making up fake news. And the people say in here, sounds like something so-and-so would do, huh? Like you did a few minutes ago. Watson's going to the USFL. Bro. You're spreading misinformation. Wow. Hold up. People are ripping on him, bro, in that exact comment now, like going back to his Twitter, and I cannot believe this dude. Unbelievable. 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 Not confirmed. So I'll be back. Unfortunately, we had to quit the live to go confirm this crap, and the guy's just blowing smoke. Let's see here. I can't believe this. I can't believe this guy who's verified and works for the sportstalkatlanta.com station, or whatever the hell they are, literally just ruined himself. Just ruined himself. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Does he think people are going to think it's great? Oh, you proved that, yeah, saying per source, you just proved that everybody does that and they shouldn't do it. Jake, what are you thinking, bro? Yeah, Watson to Atlanta. I know you got an Atlanta avatar. You're a little biased, but I agree with you, though. Watson, Atlanta. I want it. I don't care what anybody says. I get it. I respect everybody's opinion, but I know what I feel I know, and I don't care about what Atlanta looks like right this second. With Watson, they look 1,000 times better. And when you add all these other pieces over the next couple of years, what does Atlanta think long term? This is like a house that has a lot of potential, but you need to rebuild it. What does Atlanta look like when you give it 3 years of tender loving care? What's Atlanta gonna look like 3 years from now with Kyle Pitts and Watson as the core? Stop thinking short term. Joel says Watson to Carolina. It can't happen. It's already ruled out. The only two players left are the Saints and the Falcons. And the Saints have a little advantage because there's moving parts involved. So there's a lot of moving parts involved to get Matt Ryan off the roster, but I think the Colts are very, very willing. I think the Browns would be willing. Crazy, man. Absolutely insane that this guy is trying to post fake news to get clout. Oh my God. Okay, so not confirmed doesn't mean it's not going to happen. Just means that report was trying to jump the gun, throw a little mud at the wall, because maybe he does hear or think it's going to happen, and if he throws mud at the wall now, he's going to look like a genius, but everyone's going to know he didn't predict it. He got lucky and threw mud at the wall at something that was probably already in motion to happen. But no one's going to give this man credit because he said 3 days ago he's going to start making up rumors per source. Well, guess what, Jake? You accomplished your goal, but it was short-lived. Unbelievable. I can still say Saints. You can. It could still be New Orleans, but it's not going to be Carolina per Rappaport, who said that the source on that one, and it's named. The guy, I forget his name. Rappaport says he's a valid. Let's see, why would he choose the Falcons over the Saints? Deshaun Watson, expect this is a fake news. People are retweeting this guy over and over. They're continuing to retweet it. Unbelievable. But what we do know, just so you guys know, the reason why there's thinking that it's going to be the Falcons and it will be announced today is because Kyle Pitts tweeted this out and said it's about to get scary in Atlanta, and then he deleted it. And look at the zipper on the mouth emoji, like ... like something's coming, get ready. And then he said, no, I was talking about Hayward. Forget about it. Imagine if Julio goes back to Atlanta. Yeah, there's a lot of talk about that if he does. I don't know how effective he'll be, but it wouldn't be a bad wide receiver option to add to the equation. But, oh my God, this guy's driving me mad right now. I'll be back to break it once it's out and let you know my reaction as to where he's going. New Orleans could definitely still be the location. We all got worked up for a minute. Fake news, not confirmed. Dude from a verified account tried to break the news, making stuff up according to a tweet he sent out 3 days ago saying he would start making stuff up and saying per source. This dude works for, I don't know if that radio station or wherever he works for is gonna tolerate that. They retweeted it. The radio station or wherever he worked for retweeted what he wrote. And we'll see what happens on that. I don't know that I even care. Like, I'm not following. I don't care if it lands and works out. We already knew it was an option. There's two teams. There's two options left on the table. Carolina's now out according to pretty decent reports because Rappaport confirmed the report, or at least said that he can't confirm that it's concrete that he's got the information, but he confirms that the report, the source is legitimate and he trusts it, but he hasn't heard it himself. So the thinking is, Chuck, I did a whole nother hour and a half on this. The thinking is that, in my opinion, Ryan would go to the Colts or the Browns, but probably the Colts. Colts have the cap for it. Even if it's true, he threw mud at the wall on this. He did not have anything more than we all have, which is that there are two options left, and you could literally say one, and you have a 50-50 shot or at being right, and then if you land it, great, and if you don't, well, goodbye. Like, that was so reckless of him. Why would you do that? It's crazy. Damian Williams, half a back. Matty Ice will be great in Indy. I agree. Jake tweeted he knows someone at the table. Even if it ends up being right, no one's going to give this guy Jake credit because he literally said 3 days prior that he was going to make stuff up. Atlanta needs to get Watson, trade Matty Ice, then sign Juju and Jarvis. I mean, how quickly things will look, things will look very, very different. Jarvis is already rumored to Atlanta, so if Watson goes there, you can almost bet Landry's going to sign. Colts looking at Winston or Ryan, depending on where Watson lands. Yeah, I think so. I think Winston could go to New Orleans, though. If New Orleans doesn't get Watson today, if that's not announced, then I think Winston goes back to New Orleans. But he could go to Carolina. It wouldn't surprise me. Anything for likes. He only has 7K. He's going to have about 4K by the end of the day. iBody wants Jimmy G anymore or Mariota. Nobody, I think you're trying to say, Gary. Nobody wants Jimmy G. I agree. There's a reason why journalists are hated, dude. Allen Robinson to the moon, says Rick. In A-Rob signed with the Rams, if you didn't hear. Jake tweeted he knows it's someone at the table. Already got to that question. I can't believe this. I thought we maybe had closure to this, but it's okay. It's still drama. It's still smoke season. I'm still having a good time. It just, it sucks to see something like that from a verified account, and you literally you're just waiting, right? Okay, is Schefter? And like I said, right when it happened, like we gotta wait for Schefter or Rappaport. We're waiting for Schefter or Rappaport to confirm it. We need confirmation. And then I left, and then I started looking into it. Oh my God, this guy's dropping fake news. What in the? We've got. Honestly. We have the 7 o'clock show starting in 20 minutes anyway. What do you think Baker gets traded to? I think Baker doesn't have a say. Baker requested a trade. They denied it. Doesn't mean they won't trade him. I think Seattle, Carolina, New Orleans are all options for Baker. What's the latest time can news be reported on for Watson? It could happen at any time, Mafia. Anytime. Baker is leaving Progressive for State Farm, per Jake. I'm told that Watson has not made a decision and is still weighing his options out, per source. Thanks, Ronaldo. We trust that source about as much as we trust Jake. You know what I'm saying, bro? We don't trust nothing right now. We don't trust nothing but Rappaport and Schefter. And even that, we don't know if we're getting the full story yet, but it is what it is. Oh my God. What's the rumor? Well, there's a guy, Jose, that reported, he's verified on Twitter, works for Atlanta radio station, I guess, and he tweeted out that it was done, or that he was waiving his no trade clause and going to Atlanta, and then he's got nothing to back it up, and people are destroying him. So misinformation, pal. In all honesty, Smitty, if it were the Saints, it would be done by now. I think Matt Ryan is the hang. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, Watson wants to go. The word is Watson wants to go to Atlanta more than he wants to go to New Orleans because it's home. It's home for him. I mean, think about it. It's home. Why would he not feel that way? And I get what a lot of you are saying, but I just disagree. And it's fine. We can all disagree at times. Usually we are all one mind. Usually we all have pretty close to parallel thinking. And I get it. This is just one of those things where I know a lot of everybody watching feels differently about Atlanta. And it's easy to say it's a garbage location because Watson's not currently there. But Watson being there improves it dramatically. Not to mention Kyle Pitts and Watson for 10 years excites me beyond very little. Like that excites me about as much as anything. So Von Miller deal seemed to be a bit too much, says Mafi. I'm told the terms of the deal will involve multiple firsts. I'm a reporter now, says Webb. You guys are all my sources. Now, I've got multiple sources out there that tell me that Watson's going to move tonight. per source in chat. What a joker, man. What a joker. Unbelievable. Nothing from Rappaport, nothing from Schefter. Okay, guys, I'm going to end this live stream right now. Unless you guys... I cannot believe... I'll stay here for a minute. I cannot believe that this dude tweeted this out. And if for those that are just joining, there was a report from this guy right here on Twitter that said, I'm bored. He said this 3 days ago. I'm bored about to start making up fake free agent rumors per sources. This is Sports Talk Atlanta Jake, who works for Sports Talk Atlanta. Both are verified. The Sports Talk Atlanta is verified. Jake is verified, who works for him. This guy up above, Benjamin Albright, is debunking him, saying the source of the fake news report is him lying 3 days prior. So what this guy then said today was Watson is expected to waive his no trade clause and join the Atlanta Falcons per source. So there he is making fun of the per source, but dropping this on a verified account and getting retweeted by Sports Talk Atlanta, who has 30,000 followers and is also a verified account. And this is even if it ends up being true, this is fake news. He does not. He just admitted 3 days ago he's going to start making stuff up. So this verified guy on Twitter is spreading around fake news and his own. And let's see if Atlanta Sports Talk is still has their retweet up. I bet you they deleted it. I bet you they deleted it. Let's look it up. Yeah, they deleted it. They deleted it. Shame on them. Shame on sportstalkatlanta.com for deleting it after they retweeted it. Oh no, they still have it there. They still have it there. My fault. They still have it there. Here it is. Here's their retweet. Their retweet is right here. I'm sorry, they still have it up. I want to put up on screen here. So sportstalkatlanta.com. See, it says retweeted, and then right below it, Deshaun Watson expected to waive his no trade clause. So they've got 4,800 retweets, 8,000 likes. They're pretty big. They're a pretty big Twitter account, 30,000 followers. They're verified. They're a Sports Talk Atlanta, I guess, radio station or talk show. And they've got 600 comments. If we delve into the comments of this retweet, you got to be out of your minds. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This guy's got to be just, he's never going to hear the end of it. Jake, who are you? You're lying. Maybe that message means Carolina. No doubt Deshaun regrets. See, some people are taking it for real. What's the compensation look like? Let me go to the bottom. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Fake news, fake news, fake news. Being retweeted. I wonder if he has a job after this. This is insane. Philip says he warned us. I mean, if we're looking at his previous 3 days ago tweets, you're right, Philip. Because three days ago, this man admitted he was going to start making stuff up. Not confirmed. Not confirmed. Although I do believe Atlanta will hopefully be the landing spot. A good friend of my brother in-laws' cousin's dad heard Watson's going to the Colts in the same division. Sure, Blake. Sure, Blake. Let's see here. 174 in here, only 47 likes. Come on, smash the like button like Media says. Thank you, Media. Appreciate you, Media. Go follow my boy 49er.media on Instagram. Watson to the Colts makes sense. No, it doesn't, Moses, because they're in the same division. No way Watson's getting traded there. Seriously, Moses, Matty, Ice, or Deshaun? Says AP. You're the man. Media says Vamp. Guesstimates is killing me. It is. It's smoke season. It's smoke season. Hit the like button if you're new in here. Baker needs a shot, says Moses. Baker needs a shot. Give him Seattle. Give him DK. Let's see what Baker can do with DK. Watson is a head case. Maybe so. Maybe so, broski. Smitty, I trust your intelligent football brain. Thank you. I'm doing my best here. Look, I'm dealing with smoke. This is the best I can do. When this report came in, I tried to be as responsible as I could. It was a verified Twitter account from a local, working for a local sports talk radio show. So I made sure to do my due diligence. I ended the live stream, even though I got excited at the end there. Ended the live stream, went to check it out, went to dig around, found out it was looking like fake news, and came back on here to tell you immediately. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is. It sucks. It sucks to be looking at smoke and trying to decipher it live because you don't have a lot of wiggle room. You don't have a lot of time to react. You know what I mean? Any chance Watson goes to the Eagles? No, bro. It's down to two teams. It's already down to the Saints and the Falcons, and it's already narrowed down. The Browns are reportedly out. That's been known for a while, for like 24 hours. And then today it was made known that the Carolina Panthers are out. Whether that can change or not, anything can happen. Derek Carr is on his way to the Falcons. I don't think so, Big L. I think it's gonna be Watson, but we'll see. Arthur Smith is giving the people what they want. Haven't been ruled out yet. Confirmed that the Panthers are out of the running. 49ers media, they haven't. I don't know what you responded to. Maybe media asked a question. Smitty, love the show, man. Per source, me. Thanks, Gary. Thanks, Gary. Although I don't know if I believe that yet. Can you confirm that? Can I get confirmation? Hayden Hurst to the Bengals. Okay. Okay, Aaron. We'll see. Not a big Hayden Hurst fan. Pete Carroll needs to go. Julio back to Atlanta. I think that's probably what's going to happen if Watson goes there. I really believe that's probably going to be the case. They need wide receivers, and I think they'll get wide receivers, so. Jimmy G, 1 Super Bowl appearance. Deshaun Watson, 0. Falcons prefer Jimmy. No Blake. Jimmy G was along for the ride. Give me a break, bro. Give me a break. I think you're trying to get me going. I confirm Gary loves the show. Confirmed. Okay, Cliff is your source. Use sources, people. Use sources if you're going to say something in the chat. We should have Jake on and just blast him. What were you thinking? What was going through your head when you broke this fake news report that got Twitter exploding in a bad way, Jake? You're not getting anything positive out of this. Benjamin Albright shooting it down. The source was fake. This guy, Jake, said, I'm bored and I'm about to start making up fake free agency rumors per sources. Said this 3 days ago. And then this guy, Jake, drops this right here today, trying to screw with Twitter and everybody in fantasy football land. Deshaun Watson is expected to waive his no-trade clause and join the Atlanta Falcons per source. The trade should be announced within the next few hours. He's verified. He works for a 30,000 follower verified sportstalkatlanta.com. Maybe he doesn't work there anymore. They retweeted it. So this stream updated on the new update. Correct. AB, correct. You got it straight. So this stream is a stream updating on the non-update. Yes. Basically like an Aaron Rodgers stream. Go like the video. I take a slight break. All hell breaks loose. What's up, James? Appreciate you being here, buddy. Come back more often. Why aren't you here more? Smitty, any idea what the heck the Dolphins are doing at the running? I don't know. They have good running backs. Let's be honest, okay? They have really good running backs. The Dolphins have good running backs. Do we know what to make of it fantasy-wise? No, we don't. Because Gaskin's the best running back on that roster, in my opinion. But now you got Mostert. Now you got Chase Edmonds. They're going to use all of them. It's going to be a disaster until one of them's like the full workhorse dude. I need 100 likes right now, says James. Thank you, James. Guys, you have 200 people in the room right now. Please punch the thumbs up. Help your boy Smitty. Let's roll. Thumbs up, please. Thumbs up, please. I can't believe we potentially... We thought we had something with this report, this fake news report that hit Twitter and exploded. So many people thought this was true. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy that this guy got away with it for even a minute. Unbelievable. If Watson goes to Atlanta, watch them grab Juju. I believe that could be definitely the case. Would the Browns want Winston? I think they could, but I don't know. I think they want Matt Ryan. I think the Colts want Matt Ryan. I think the Browns want Matt Ryan. I think Watson's not confirming anything and not making his choice because he is down to two options. He's down to, this is like The Bachelor. He has chosen two. He's chosen two options. And he's got a rose and he's walking down. And we don't know if he's going to give the rose to the Atlanta Falcons or not. It all depends on if the Falcons will leave Matt Ryan for Watson. If they do, then he might give the rose to the Atlanta Falcons. But the problem is Atlanta just can't cut ties with Matt Ryan quite yet. They're trying to marry him off to another team. And it's hard because his contract is bad. At 4 p.m., he got an extension. Maybe that's 4 minutes from now. Maybe it's 4 p.m. West Coast time. Herbert. Breaking news. Watson realized the Falcons have no O-line and receivers or no pass rush, so he still chooses the Falcons, says Noah E. Why are Noahs always so funny? Jake Knight. Smitty watched The Bachelor this week. I don't have time for that, Jake. Appreciate you, though. Tired. Panthers being held hostage. Panthers aren't in the mix anymore, according to reports. That could be a bad report, but word is he's not going to Carolina. Love to be on the fly on the wall in Watson's home. I bet there are some interesting conversations or visitors. Godwin, Evans, and Julio, says Free Tigre. Smitty, people are asking to take laps like never before. What a time. People are asking to take laps. So let's put Jake on it. Why haven't we put Jake on a lap yet? Hold on. Let me write Jake on the board.
Take a lap.
That isn't you, Jake Knight. We're not talking about you. We're talking about Jake, who dropped this fake news report a little bit earlier that said Watson's expected to waive his no-trade clause and join the Falcons, which he still may do. But this guy from a verified Twitter account that works for sportstalkatlanta.com, who has 30,000 followers and is also verified and apparently a big sports talk channel. They retweeted it from their own guy. And earlier, so Jake writes that today, and then earlier, 3 days ago, Jake wrote on board and about to start making up fake free agent rumors per sources. So I don't know, sportstalkatlanta.com, what you're doing, but you might want to get on top of that. Jake from State Farm. I don't think State Farm would even bring him into the fold. Ryan does have no trade clause. Yes, he does. He'd have to waive it, which he would. You know, a team wants to move on from you. And, you know, you can go to somewhere like the Colts. Why would you not? Why would Matt Ryan not want to go to either Cleveland or Indy? And those are the two likely landing spots. So Matt Ryan would gladly waive his no trade clause because he can't do what Watson can do. Watson can carry this team on his back differently than Ryan can. And Ryan wants a change. Watson to Atlanta and then building around him for the next 2 or 3 years because he's going to play over a decade of football. Kyle Pitts will play over a decade more of football. You can get this into a Super Bowl contending team in 3 years, 3 or 4 years. People that think that teams can't turn around in 2 and 3 years, they don't remember what just happened with the Bengals. You know how many people rode me and called me names when I said the Bengals would be the next turnaround franchise, and they literally, I said they win the division last year. I got ripped apart for it. I can't wait for people to eat crow on Atlanta being a bad long-term spot for Deshaun Watson. Everything's going to get better by Watson being on board. They're going to build around him. Kyle Pitts and Watson for a decade. Are you crazy? Bring Cordero back for year one. Bring in Landry. Maybe bring in Juju. Things might look a lot different than people think in year one. But with Watson missing maybe 4 to 6 games with a suspension that's likely to come by the NFL for violating the league's personal conduct policy. I mean, yeah, eat falcon instead of crow. That works too. I don't know what everybody's worried about 2022 anyway for. You have 2022 on your mind, yet if he goes to New Orleans, you might be without Watson and Kamara for the first half of the season. We don't know how long Kamara is going to be out. Like, why does everybody think that the New Orleans Saints is such a much better landing spot? Do I like it? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's better than Houston. It's better than not playing at all. I want Watson to get somewhere where he can score fantasy points, but Mike Thomas is no lock to be anything. Alvin Kamara's got maybe 2 years left of elite potential, if that. He could have 1 year left, and he might miss half of a season. Why is everyone thinking so short term on this? Think long term. Think about the potential value of Watson and Pitts together, building around it. I don't want to hear that the offensive line needs work or that the defense is awful. They're obviously going to work on that, guys. They're going to build around the core of Kyle Pitts and Deshaun Watson. Those two options together are going to be phenomenal from a fantasy perspective. And if the Falcons are down in years 1, 2, and 3 and throwing the football, guess who that's going to benefit? Deshaun Watson. If you think Deshaun Watson won't represent or look like Michael Vick in this Atlanta Falcons organization running for 800 to 1,000 yards on the ground, I believe you're also mistaken. If anybody thinks they're not bringing in weapons for Deshaun Watson, if you think they're honestly going to mortgage their draft pick future over the next 3 years, and they're still going to have picks, they still can make crafty moves in the draft, but if anybody thinks they're going to mortgage their first and second round picks for the future and not build around him, not bring in Landry and not bring in Juju and not bring in every option they can, you're crazy. You're crazy. And this is it. Mr. TD's got it nailed. It doesn't matter where he goes. He will be successful. The question is, do you want Kyle Pitts to benefit, or do you want Alvin Kamara and maybe Mike Thomas to benefit for a short period of time? What do you prefer from a fantasy perspective? Do you prefer Kyle Pitts and Landry and Watson and Kyle Pitts and Watson for 10 years, or do you want 1.5 years of Alvin Kamara and Mike Thomas benefiting from Watson. And you could say, oh, they'll add potential. They can add players too. Right. But again, Kyle Pitts doesn't come around but once every 15 years. If ever. This could be the number one tight end ever. He could literally be the best tight end that's ever played the game. And he's getting Deshaun Watson. Why are we not excited about that across the board? I don't really understand why it's such a outrageous stance to literally feel like Kyle Pitts is enough. For right now, it's enough, and then build around it. How is that not enough? How is that not enough? Watson and Kamara both might miss half of a season. What good is it? What good is it? Wasted year. Wasted year. 240 in here. Wipe your feet and hit the thumbs up button. Attaboy, Joel. You sound like a biased fan. I'm not an Atlanta fan at all. I'm a fantasy analyst. This is what I do for a living. So I'm not a biased fan at all. I'm giving you my prediction and projection and analysis on the situation. And while the Saints are a good landing spot, the Falcons long term, if you think long term, is stop thinking about 1 year or better. Kamara missed half of last season. And he could miss half of this year. He could get suspended for 4 to 6 games. He could be out the entire year. We don't know yet what the NFL is going to do with his off-the-field situation. And I don't mind if you guys want the Saints, like especially if you're like a Saints fan, you want them to go to New Orleans. That's fine. But the aggressive response that you're getting from me are for the people that say Atlanta's a bad spot. Like, it's not a bad spot. You want to say you like New Orleans better. That's fine. You want to say you like New Orleans because you're a New Orleans fan. That's fine. That's fine. I'm a Panthers fan. They are eliminated from Watson, correct? For now. I mean, that could change, but for now. Allen Robinson to the Rams. That's the rich get richer. Watson chose Atlanta. It's already done, says. We're waiting on Schefter to report that, pal. Forgive us if we're a little bit apprehensive to trust you right now. Aries, we may need... Aries, I think I can speak for everybody in the room here. We may need a little bit more confirmation from you. You got to at least have a source, bro. You got to at least have a source. If you have a source, we might put you on air, bro. We might blast it out. I'm not a fan of NOLA, but they do have a Super Bowl-like defense. They also won't be really probably in contention this year if Kamara and Watson both miss 6 games. Darren says you are straight nuts. Thank you, Darren. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming by. Ramondre Stevenson season. Could be. Honestly, Atlanta does need Watson more than the Saints, says Austin. New NFL model is you can save money on the line if you have a mobile QB. I mean, that will instantly improve the offensive line production. Not that it will be perfect, but it will immediately make the offensive line more effective because it's different. You face different schemes when you have a mobile quarterback. Watson coming home. I'm an Atlanta fan. Okay, I appreciate the honesty too. We have 0 defense and 0 line with Watson, 0 in cap. New Orleans Super Bowl window closed a long time ago, says Year of the Dogs. News saying Kyle Pitts leaked the info about Watson coming to Atlanta. I mean, that's what we're hoping. So we reported on this already. And if you missed it, Kyle Pitts dropped this tweet, then he deleted it. It says it's about to get scary in Atlanta. And it's got one of those zipper on the mouth emojis, right? This isn't something you say, oh, it's about to get scary in Atlanta. You got Hayward coming. You know, yeah, let's go. This was it's about to get scary in Atlanta, ... To be continued is what the ... is used. And then it has the zipper emoji. So yeah, we already talked about this. You don't use that zipper emoji unless you're saying what? You're saying, I'm not going to tell anybody. Like, zip it up. Not going to tell anybody. And then he deleted it. So he has the same agent reportedly as Watson. What does he know? We think he knows something. This is why that guy Jake tried to throw mud at the wall, because he's pretty confident, like a lot of people are, that a Watson deal to Atlanta is in the works. It just comes down to, will Matt Ryan get traded? Will that be able to be set up, or will Watson say, look, enough is enough. I'm going to the Saints. You guys you had enough time. I'm sorry you couldn't get it done. I really wanted to come home. But the fact that Pitts deleted this and put it up makes everybody think that a Falcons deal is really being worked on right now. Really being worked on. Potentially being inked right now. Would Matt Ryan retire? No. I think he's going. I mean, anything could happen, bro. People have retired when you haven't expected it, so anything's possible. But I don't get that sense at all. I think Matt Ryan gets traded to the Browns, or he gets traded to potentially. By the way, we're in the 7 p.m. stream right now. We're gonna go for the next 50 minutes and just, instead of starting a new show, we bleed it into the 7 p.m. Eastern Thursday show. We're Monday through Friday. If you're new, please subscribe, because your boy Smitty's live all the time. I'm live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern, which is the hour we're currently in right now. But I do a lot of emergency live streams, and the one emergency live stream before this show bled into this hour, so we're just going to stay live. I'm not going to start over. But I will be back the moment news breaks, whether it's good or bad, or whether it's a non-update live stream. I'll probably be back to break that as well. But we're staying live for the next 50 minutes, so hit me with your questions. And if the voicemail, drop me a voicemail on IG. You can do so by doing this.
It's voicemail time. Drop a voicemail at the Fantasy Football Show on the gram. Tell your grandma.
He'll punch you in the throat.
So drop a voicemail. Let's get to the voicemails. Let's hear what you guys got to say. Some of you might think that this is a done deal.
Another thing is, if this deal is, also, who is their backup? I started thinking maybe.
Okay, how many messages did you send me, Senior Hyphy?
2 Pitts could be deadly. This should up Pitts' value when Watson does play.
Yeah, and you're assuming, obviously, the trade goes through at this point in your message.
Maybe if this is true, do you think they try to go after a wide receiver like Landry or Juju or maybe Julio now, just to get him some help with all the receivers leaving?
Yeah, I think Landry's a real possibility. Pal.
Also, who is their backup? I started thinking maybe they might go after Mariota just to cover the games that Watson gets suspended. Most likely he'll get suspended like 4 to 6 games.
Maybe, but I think that Mariota wants to start.
Another thing is, if this deal is legit and it's for sure, they must have a trade or something close to being accepted for dealing off Ryan. So this sounds like a lot of stuff is going to happen at once. A lot of trades going to happen simultaneously with quarterbacks moving.
Yeah, if Watson is going to Atlanta, then you can almost bet that Ryan's going to either the Colts or the Browns. I suppose he could go to like Seattle as well, but I think Seattle wouldn't have got rid of Russell Wilson if they wanted to go in the Matt Ryan direction. It just doesn't feel right. So I would say probably the Colts. The Colts have the most cap to make it happen. The Colts need to win now. Matt Ryan is not a future quarterback. He's a win now quarterback. You got maybe a couple years with him, and the Colts want to win. The Colts can win. With Matt Ryan, it'll feel a lot like Stafford coming over to the Rams. You add Matt Ryan to that Colts arsenal, it becomes very effective. Maybe it's not the flashiest offense in the world, but it is effective. It is really effective. Vamp, 250 in here, only 105 likes. Camara that like button. Guys, it does help the show. And if you found me through this live stream, the breaking news that we're trying to report on today, the fake news that we reported on today, hit that subscribe button so you know when I go live. Hit that bell notification. I do emergency live streams all the time on top of my daily show at 7 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube. So youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. And you can always find me at smitty1.com. So subscribe, hit that like button. Hit that like button, says Eric as well. Hit the like button. Watson to Atlanta in a 3-way trade. I mean, I don't know that a 3-way trade will for sure be involved in this one, but you'll definitely see Matt Ryan going elsewhere, so you could look at it like a 2-part trade for the Falcons at least. Watson will shine in Atlanta, not in New Orleans, though. My money is on Watson goes to the Jets. No, the Jets aren't even. Peach, I appreciate you, and I agree Atlanta's better. People aren't looking at the long term on Atlanta. They keep just thinking about the immediate, and they act like he's not missing any time. Watson's going to be suspended for 4 to 6 games. He might be out half a year. We don't know what the league's going to do. Maybe they don't suspend him at all. But if he goes to New Orleans, Kamara might get suspended for half a year. Kamara might be out 4 to 6 games. What if they're both out 4 to 6 games? 2022 would be a nothing burger year for the Saints. So, then you have a year gone. Now you have a year off Kamara's value. You have a year off Mike Thomas's value. You have potentially maybe another year left of Kamara being elite. Then what do the Saints look like? Kyle Pitts is better long-term for Watson than both Mike Thomas and Kamara combined, because they have maybe 2 years left at most, with half of one of those years being suspension. It just doesn't make sense to not think long-term for this, even for redraft. Even if you're a redraft fantasy football player, you're wanting redraft 2023 to look better. You want redraft Watson in 2024 to look better. He will look better every single day, not to mention this guy doesn't need the supporting cast necessarily to do well in the years that the Falcons are building. And it could take 3 years for them to build, certainly.
Hey, Smitty. I didn't really like the Amari Cooper move to Cleveland anyway, but now with Baker Mayfield really unhappy and threatening to leave the team and demanding a trade, where do you see Amari Cooper, where we drafted him, and do you like him at all in 2022?
He's a wide receiver 2 in fantasy to me. I don't consider Amari Cooper a wide receiver 1. I don't care who's throwing the football to him, unless they got a totally huge upgrade. Watson would be a good player to land in Cleveland, but I don't know that Cooper still can take away a top 10 spot from one of the other top 10 wide receivers. The wide receiver pool is so deep. You're talking about Lamb and Waddle and guys like that would be near that top 10, 7 to 10 range. And I'm not taking Cooper over either of those guys and a group of other guys. I mean, even Mike Evans, you could argue over Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper's good. He's not great, and I don't have him in my top 10. He's a wide receiver 2. I don't think I will be drafting Amari Cooper at high-end wide receiver 2 value. Would I grab him as a low-end wide receiver 2? It depends who's on the board and off the board. But I'm not super high on Amari Cooper like most people. 420, almost 420, says Peach. You are clearly a Falcon fan and delusional. Who are you talking to, Corey? Who are you talking to, Corey? You talking to me, Corey? That's not how it works, says Mr. Joel. Atlanta is better for Watson. Yes, Sir King. I agree with you. Ryan's best fit will be the Browns. It could be. I think the Browns and Colts are pretty darn good for Matt Ryan. Watson will run the NFC South, says Mark. And let's say Corey says me. You're clearly a Falcons fan. No, Corey. First of all, welcome to the show, Corey. You clearly don't know anything about me yet, but no, I'm not. I'm not an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm a fantasy football analyst, bro. That's what I do for a living, and this is what I do. So I break stuff down. Am I always right? No, Corey, but would people be here if I was always wrong, Corey? No, they wouldn't. So you're welcome to kind of try it out, see if you like the content, but I would reserve snap judgments and try and see how things roll before you start assuming a lot of things about me, because no, I'm not an Atlanta Falcons fan. I'm a Cardinal fan. I'm in Arizona, but I'm a fantasy football analyst. Nothing takes over or control or takes precedent over the fantasy football analyst. I don't care if it's the Cardinals or not. I don't care about any of that when I put this when I get in this mode of thinking. When I'm doing my job, it has nothing to do with the Cardinals. It has nothing to do with any hometown teams. It has nothing to do with anything. It's an unbiased look at it all, and that's that. Smitty is AZ Cardinals fan and Trey Lance agent. Yes, a lot of people call me Trey Lance's agent, which goes to show that I am fantasy first, because for me to be more supportive of Trey Lance than I am anything relating to the Cardinals shows you that it's fantasy first all the way. Trey Lance is the man. What was the Falcons trade offer? No one knows the exact offer, and here's the thing that could be a little bit of a hang-up, is that it's thought, according to Rappaport, it's thought to be kind of what we mapped out a little while ago. If there's a trade offer on the table, okay, so you have the Saints have a trade offer on the table, the Falcons have a trade offer on the table, the Carolina Panthers did, the Browns did. Watson was not granted permission to go talk with any of the 4 teams unless Houston already approved the trade package that each of the 4 teams presented. Now, that doesn't mean that it's locked in, according to Ian Rappaport, and that makes sense. Once Watson decides where he wants to go, I'm sure they go back to the negotiation table briefly. I don't think they add a ton. Maybe they ask for a little more. Maybe they ask for this or that. I don't know. I don't think they would up anything a crazy amount, because what has been agreed upon in principle by the Texans is pretty much, why the conversations are being had. And I don't think they would put Watson through all this to then just say, you know what, we want 5 first-rounders now. But the consensus is, from all the reporting out there in the NFL, from Rappaport himself, and this came from Ian Rappaport, that every single one of the 4 deals included 3 first-rounders, potentially a couple second-rounders, or at least 1 second-rounder, and player capital. So you're talking about, at a bare minimum, every single offer involved 3 first-rounders. If you did not offer 3 first-rounders, you were not participating in these trade negotiations. Watson was not going to come visit you. So this was really hardcore Casario's negotiation. Like, this is not Bill O'Brien, where the Texans gave away Hopkins to the Cardinals for a ham sandwich. This is a whole different regime. And they essentially played hardball. They asked for a significant amount. They were reasonable in that everybody could, all 4 teams, all 5 teams, 6 teams, 7 teams, could all come together and all offer an equal type offer, because everyone's overpaying a little bit. But guess what? You don't like it, don't come and play. It's 3 first-rounders in a couple seconds, or whatever the second-rounder criteria was, or we're not even going to talk to you. We're not sending Watson to meet with you. You're going to burn your bridge with us. Here's the offer. You either bring the bare minimum that we're asking. You can offer more, but you bring the bare minimum of what we're asking, or don't even come to play. So Houston wasn't messing around. Houston's playing some good negotiation right here. 3 first-rounders and some minimum, or we ain't talking. And Watson isn't coming. So all 2 of the teams left. Apparently, let me put this on screen. Apparently, it is between Atlanta and New Orleans. Let me put this on screen here. These are the 2 landing spots as of now. It's between Atlanta and New Orleans. That's it. According to reports, Carolina is out, although that hasn't been 100% confirmed from Rappaport or from Schefter. But Ian Rappaport did say that the source of that was very reliable. So while he wasn't reporting it, or that he heard it being confirmed, he feels very comfortable with the individual that's reporting that Carolina is out. I don't know why they're out. We don't really fully know on that. That's speculative. But even though there's a slight chance that Carolina's back in, like, we don't know the reason Carolina's out. Maybe whatever the reason Carolina's out, Carolina jumped back in. They decided to change whatever it is that made them out. Pittsburgh is not interested. The Eagles, that's not going to happen. That was already shot down. The Browns are already off the table. The Browns are not in the race any longer. So if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, that's not going to happen. It's down to New Orleans and Atlanta. Hit the thumbs up if you're in here. Please subscribe if you're new. Falcons could have signed Hayward today because Terrell is in the proposed trade. Maybe. Star. There's so many things to think about. And not to mention the number one thing that triggered a lot of this was this tweet by Kyle Pitts, which he deleted soon after. It says it's about to get scary in Atlanta, with the zipper being quiet emoji. And of course, deleting this was something that really triggered a lot of people to think, okay, this is happening. This is happening. That's from Kyle Pitts. He deleted that. He deleted that after he posted that and tried to cover it up and say, oh, I was talking about Hayward. That's what I was doing.
What's up, boys? Where do you guys rank DJ Moore, Hopkins, and Keenan Allen in a keeper league or just in general for the matter?
DJ Moore, Hopkins, and Keenan Allen. DJ Moore, Hopkins, Keenan Allen. I guess long-term DJ Moore. Hopkins in the middle. Okay, redraft, I'd say Keenan Allen. Redraft Keenan Allen, then Hopkins, then DJ Moore in redraft. In Dynasty, probably DJ Moore and Hopkins and Keenan Allen are pretty close to me in Dynasty. They both don't have a long time, but they both may have similar, like 1 to 3 years, 1 to 2.5 years left. But DJ Moore only has more value in Dynasty. And even that's arguable, because if you don't believe in DJ Moore, if he was getting Watson, it'd be a different story. But if you don't believe in DJ Moore, there's nothing wrong with liking Hopkins for 1 or 2 years or Keenan Allen for 1 or 2 years and foregoing the potential longer-term value that DJ Moore has that maybe your bench guys could even compete with. You know, I like DJ Moore. He's got upside, but not sure I'm 100% like on board the long-term train with DJ Moore. So I would say, you know, Hopkins is exciting in redraft. I could get behind Hopkins being the number 1 in redraft, even over Keenan Allen. But Keenan Allen's a bit safer in redraft. Hopkins struggling with injuries. I think he will bounce back and have a good year. I do love Hopkins. So definitely love Hopkins this year. 316 of you in the room. Please hit the thumbs up button. Appreciate you being here. You guys make the show, you make the channel, and if you're new, please hit the subscribe button. If you're not new or you're new, please hit the thumbs up button. It helps the channel grow. Dynasty, you don't want Allen or Hopkins, says Kenny. I don't know if I'd say that for sure. It depends on your build. I think Hopkins and Keenan Allen, they can serve their purpose in a team that is loaded with youth and you need a couple now pieces. I think far too many people don't have now 1 to 2 year pieces on their Dynasty team, and it can help you win. You know what I mean? Like, I go trade for Hopkins in Dynasty because people value him so low. You could rent him for essentially 1.5, 2 years and get him so much cheaper than you should because people are freaking out about how old he is. Once you get to an end of a player's career where there's like 1 or 2 years left, people are so worried about holding the bag at the end and not getting anything in return, they'll sell very low on that player. And then you could buy him with the expectation that the wheels will fall off on your dime while you're, you know, during your time with the player, but you're buying so much lower that you can definitely afford that. Don't be fast to write off vets in Dynasty. Exactly, Mr. TD. Exactly what I was just saying. Watson called Atlanta Falcons. Enough said, says Eric. Eric per source. It's Saints or Falcons. Yep, it's already decided that it's between those two. Saints already clearing up cap space for it, but the Falcons haven't. However, a lot of Falcons players have the same agent as Deshaun, and it's his hometown team with relationships throughout. Yeah, Hunter, that's exactly right. That's why it's down to these two teams. It is down to these two teams. These are the final landing spots according to all these reports. Tough to say if another team could enter the equation. They certainly could, I suppose. But for right now, it very much is Atlanta and it's New Orleans. These are the final two landing spots according to all the reports. It is down to, let's go ahead and put this on screen here. And there we go. Boom. It is down to New Orleans and Atlanta. These are the 2 landing spots for Deshaun Watson. And I'd love to hear what you guys think. I know a lot of you like New Orleans better. I understand why. I tried to convey why Atlanta is the better option for the long term, but I know it doesn't. My point doesn't always come off across right, because I get a little hot and bothered by the doubt, by the strict, no wiggle room to your argument stance where you're like, the Falcons blow. The Falcons are garbage. Why would he go to the Falcons? Like, without thinking about the big picture and how the Falcons could do what the Bengals did. It doesn't take you 10 years to rebuild when you have an elite quarterback. That's the biggest component in a bounce back, is having a quarterback that has the skill set that Deshaun Watson has. It's very different when you have a top 6 quarterback, when you have a guy that could literally be a top 5 quarterback, and you've got a tight end that's the number 1 tight end in fantasy football dynasty. He's the number 1 tight end in the future in the NFL. And it could be this year that he's the number 1 tight end. You have the number 1 tight end that's about to play over a decade of football. You have a top 5 quarterback that's about to be oh my gosh. Blockbuster Packers are trading Pro Bowl wide receiver Davante Adams to the Raiders for 2-time what? This is Adam Schefter. This is verified. What just happened? Holy smokes. Davante Adams traded to the Raiders. What is A-Rod going to do? I would have never have guessed this. What is going on? Blockbuster trade. The Packers have traded Pro Bowl wide receiver Davante Adams to the Las Vegas Raiders for 2 prime 2022 picks. League sources tell ESPN. Are you out of your minds? Holy smokes. Let me see if I can get Raj in here. Let me see if I can get the boys in here. We got to talk about this. Holy smokes. What is going on? Why would the Packers do this? Would Aaron Rodgers have come back? Unbelievable. And we talked about how before A-Rod announced he was coming back, I don't like this for Adams at all. We talked about how Adams could still be tagged and traded, and he's going to get an extension. Up goes Debo's value. Unbelievable. Oh my God. Jump on. I'm live. Oh my God. Davante Adams. I don't like this for Adams at all. I don't like Derek Carr like everybody else seems to like this kid. Wow. Aaron Rodgers. I wonder what Aaron Rodgers does. This deal, the new contract is worth $141 million for 5 years. He gets $28 million on the average per season. This makes him, now Debo's going to cost even more. Unbelievable. Breaking news, Davante Adams traded to the to the Las Vegas Raiders. Deal worth $141.25 million over 5 years, a source says. Here's the source again, but I believe this source. He gets an average of $28.25 million a year. Davante Adams is now in Oakland. He's now a Las Vegas Raider. Horrible for Aaron Rodgers. The NFC West. The NFC just got a little thrown for a loop. Like, now the Packers aren't the same team. I don't know why Rodgers would have returned. Now the Niners get a bump, a big bump, because now you don't have that threat. You don't have that threat of Aaron Rodgers in the NFC coming at you. Give me the Niners as an NFC championship lock. Oh my God. This is insane. This is horrible. This is horrible for Davante Adams. Why he thinks playing with Carr is such a good situation, his buddy from college, his former quarterback, like this is like his best friend. But the problem is Carr's not that good, Davante. Davante's going to make him better, certainly. Yeah, the AFC West is insane. It's insane. Rodgers, I don't think Rodgers would have returned. I can't wait to hear what Rodgers is going to do. Is Rodgers going to ask for a trade? Is Rodgers going to ask for a trade? I bet you Rodgers wants out. I bet you Rodgers will want out. This is crazy. If Rodgers was okay with this, I don't know what A-Rod's thinking. There's no way Rodgers is okay with this. There's no way. I cannot see Aaron Rodgers approving this. Let me see if I can get the boys on live. Jump on. Unbelievable. Let me see if anybody's live on Instagram right now. Unbelievable. Let's go live on IG. Davante Adams traded to Raiders. Unbelievable. Davante Adams traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. What does this mean? We're live on YouTube right now. We're live on YouTube breaking this down. We've got over 300 people in the live stream. Guys, hit the thumbs up, please. Subscribe if you're new on YouTube. 357 people now in the live stream on YouTube. We've got 87 here on IG. We've got a combined 400 people watching right this second, and I've got something to say. Number one, I'm rooting for Deshaun Watson to get traded to the Atlanta Falcons. We're waiting that news. There was fake news that reported earlier that got shot down. 133 of you here, 357 over on YouTube. I've got something to say. Davante Adams traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. You've got to be out of your minds. What's this mean for Aaron Rodgers? There's no way Aaron Rodgers approved this. There's no way Aaron Rodgers was okay with this move. You have to ask yourself, is Aaron Rodgers now going to request a trade? Come to Arizona, A-Rod. We would take you. We'll send Kyler Murray and Juicebox Kyler your way. We'll even send a 6-pack of juice boxes to take care of Kyler on his way over to see you. But Aaron Rodgers cannot be happy. One of the main reasons this man came back to the Packers was reportedly Davante Adams. So what in the hell is going on? And boy, is this great news for Niner fans, because the 49ers were looking at a very, very tough Green Bay Packer team. And now, all of the sudden, you have a Packers squad that looks nothing like it did. Absolutely nothing like it did. In my opinion, this could only mean one thing. I'll bring C-Mac, jump on the YouTube live, bro. Jump on the YouTube live. I sent you and Raj a link. I've got almost 400 people in the YouTube live. I've got 127 here. We're breaking this shit down right now. What is going on? What is going on in football, bro? This is crazy. Aaron Rodgers has to be irate. Aaron Rodgers is probably going to request a trade, right? Am I right? Or retire? Am I right? How is Aaron Rodgers going to be okay with this? There's no way. He wanted to win. He didn't want to come back and be a placeholder QB like for a year. He doesn't want this. Something unraveled in Green Bay. Something unraveled. I bet you anything something unraveled. Aaron Rodgers probably getting traded. Where's Aaron Rodgers going to go? Will he retire? Will he request a trade? Did Green Bay blow this up and say, you know what? We're to start with this all fell apart. This all fell apart. It all fell apart, and they decided to move the first piece. Will A-Rod retire? Will A-Rod get traded, request a trade, It's so tough to know where this is going to go. This is absolutely insane. Super chats from Vamp and Kenny dropping the supers. Thank you guys. Craziest offseason of all time. And Smitty is here live to cover it all. That's right, Vamp. I'm not going anywhere. We're covering this until I fall down. Okay? Being greedy and taking $50 million a year gets Aaron Rodgers an empty wide receiver room. He deserves this to happen to him, says Kenny. I don't know if I agree with that, Kenny, but I agree with your super chat. You keep those coming, good buddy. But what's going on here? What's going on here? Adams on the decline. I don't like this for Adams at all. This is not a good look for Adams. Adams traded to the Las Vegas Raiders. His new deal is $140 million over 5 years. And Aaron Rodgers, who's he throwing the football to? Does he retire? Does Rodgers go to the... I don't think he goes to Vegas, bro. That's an idea, I guess. But would you just hear about that trade next? I don't know how that would work. But this is crazy. We're waiting. Look, Aaron Rodgers had to step on the Deshaun Watson news, didn't he? Aaron Rodgers just couldn't let this happen without him. Aaron Rodgers is like, all this attention to Deshaun Watson, let's go ahead and step on this right now. Let's go ahead and take control of the news cycle. This is crazy. This is crazy. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe if you're new. Hit that thumbs up button if you're on Instagram. You know what to do. Ask a question below. Holy crap. This is insane. Where's Rodgers going? He can't be staying in Green Bay. Get Jake on here. Where's Jake? Where are my boys? I need Raj to come in here. I need C-Mac to come in here. Adams, Waller, Renfro, eyeball emojis. I suppose Peach, but you're talking about a very tough division anyway. I don't know that they're gonna. I don't think you get the most out of Adams with Carr. I just don't. This is crazy to me. This isn't an okay landing spot for Adams. It's not awful, but I don't know that I love it for him. Adams might have just fallen out of my top 5 wide receivers like that. I don't know what you think on Instagram. Guys, where do you rank Adams walking into 2022 now? Let's talk redraft specifically. Does anybody have him inside their top 5 wide receivers in a Raiders uniform? I do not. There are only so many footballs to go around between Renfro and Waller and Adams. This is absolutely insane. Colts sending 4 first-round picks for Rodgers, says Glenn. He's just joking. But maybe Aaron Rodgers is heading there. I don't know what's going on here. But something had to have fallen apart because Aaron Rodgers, Adam Schefter, let me get Schefter's report. Schefter's talking about Aaron Rodgers right now on Twitter. Let me pull that in and drop it on screen so you guys can see exactly what Schefter's reporting. For those wondering, Schefter, this is what Shefty just tweeted right now. Let me bring it on screen right here. If you're on YouTube, you can see it. If you're on IG, I will read it to you. We've got 56 of you still on IG, but come over to YouTube if you want. YouTube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. Let me put that in the chat here. YouTube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. Let me pin that bad boy. So that's where you're going to see the more interactive experience right there, youtube.com/The Fantasy Football Show. This report from Schefter right now, or this tweet, for those wondering, yes, Rodgers has signed his contract. And yes, Rodgers' contract is signed, says Ian Rappaport. The Raiders are in the final stages of trading Packers star wide receiver Devontae Adams, who receives a new contract that makes him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, a blockbuster. Las Vegas sends back a first-round pick, potentially more picks, and a player. So that's to be announced. This is from Rappaport. This is unbelievable news. This is absolutely crazy. What a way to overshadow a freaking Deshaun Watson, Aaron Rodgers. Even though Aaron Rodgers is not involved, this is clearly overshadowing. We may have had the Deshaun Watson news break while we're talking about this, and no one's paying attention because Aaron Rodgers somehow gets in the news here. Now, where's A-Rod going to be playing? Where is Adams in everyone's wide receiver rankings? I don't know. So jump into the C-Mac. If you're watching on Instagram, I sent you a link via text dial into my YouTube, bro. Dial into my YouTube right now. I guess you could come on IG, but the problem is I want the audio on YouTube. I want people to hear you. I can even turn up the speakers and let Instagram hear you. Carr was Devontae's QB at Fresno. We know that. There's close ties to Carr and Adams. They're like best friends, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't make this a great move for Devontae Adams. He drops out of my top 5 wide receivers for 2022. He's not in my top 5. He's not. Adams is now a potential Lamb or player around that 7 to 8 range for wide receivers. He can't rank above Tyreek Hill. He can't rank above guys like that now. You can't put Adams there when you have Derek Carr throwing him the football, and you have Renfro, and you have Adams, and you have Waller when he's healthy. There's not enough footballs to go around. This is absolutely crazy. This is absolutely crazy. So jump into the live. C-Mac, Raj, I don't know if you guys, let me just make sure Raj isn't live right now, because I could jump on his live right now on Instagram as well and let that play. But this is absolutely insane. Looks like Raj is live. I'm going to end this right now and jump on Raj's live. Okay, you guys can hear it. This is crazy. Adams. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let's jump into. Let's.
DM saying, "Oh, we'll just draft somebody else. We'll just draft his replacement." Katavius Street took 2 or 3 years to develop.
Can you guys hear that? Okay.
From my boy that it takes years for these players to develop. They're not just going to come right away and be impact. Look what last year rookies like Trey Sermon didn't even see the field much. Aaron see the field. He was a 2nd round pick. Like, it takes time. Some people take time. Kinlaw's been up and down because of injuries. DJ Jones, who got massive fat contract, 5 years for him to get that big contract. Like, I love DJ. You know, the first few years.
This is unbelievable, guys.
And then he became this like underrated player. Then he got hurt a little bit. Super Bowl run, he got hurt towards the end. I wish he was there. And then, you know, if I think DJ was in that game, we probably would have won. Our D-line would have been a little bit stronger.
Okay, I'm going to turn this down until they add me. Then I'm going to increase the volume when we go live with those guys. But, oh, my God. Smitty, check the Rappaport's latest post. Big info. Let's go. Is Watson signing? Let's go. Come on, Watson. Let's get some Watson news. We've got, while Aaron Rodgers was negotiating his contract, he knew Devontae Adams would never play for the Packers again. The situation was far too gone. Something had to give, and when Adams informed Green Bay he wasn't playing on his tag, talks got fired up. Now Adams will be a Raider. I don't know that I buy that. I don't know how Aaron Rodgers would return willingly to Green Bay. I'm not saying this report is false. Let me put this report on screen here. This is crazy because I'm not saying it's false, but I just don't. Packers been in the market. Okay, there's another tweet coming out. This is what Rappaport just said. I just read it off to you. While Rodgers was negotiating his contract, he knew Adams would never play for the Packers again. This is coming from Ian Rappaport, so there's no bigger report than or no bigger source than this. You know, Rappaport and Schefter are the top dogs, so I believe this to be true. I suppose on its face, but I can't imagine that Adams or that Rodgers would have considered this to be his best option, knowing that Devontae Adams wouldn't be on the roster, because to me, everything indicated that Adams was the reason he wanted to come back. And if you remember that Instagram post he put out, he said no goodbye to Adams. He said goodbye to everybody else but Adams, indicating that him and Adams would probably be together for a long, long time. Why all of a sudden are we hearing that Adams and A-Rod knew that Adams wouldn't be freaking in Green Bay in 2022 when he was literally saying goodbye to everybody but Adams in his Instagram post? It makes no sense. This is insane. This is absolutely crazy. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers, I don't know that I buy all this. We'll find out. Could Aaron Rodgers be requesting a trade? Could what Rappaport's saying be true, that he knew? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is the Devontae Adams now falls out of the top 5 wide receivers for me. Aaron Rodgers falls out of the top 4 or 5 quarterbacks. Trey Lance is definitely my number 5 quarterback in the fantasy football top 5 quarterback rankings for 2022. At me if you want. I don't care. At me. Of course, Jimmy G staying in San Francisco right now worries me a little bit. Of course, Russell Wilson maybe ranks above A-Rod right now. I love Russell Wilson. Watson to Atlanta is what everybody keeps saying. But let me just make sure and confirm before we start going crazy. We got
Another offensive lineman.
We played the full AFC West.
what's up?
It's gonna be tough to play those teams. We play Denver, we play the Raiders, we play all those teams. We gotta beat them to make it to the. All the teams that we play the AFC West this year. They're stacked, bro. They're stacked. My man, what's up, Smitty, baby?
What's
Go
up?
ahead.
Hey, we got
Oh my God, man, Devontae to the Raiders. Talk about it.
bro. We've got about 400 people on my YouTube live right now. So we've got a combination colliding of the lives right now. So I hope everybody can hear. Can you guys hear Raj? So what I'll say is this: report just came out from Rappaport right now that says that Aaron Rodgers knew the entire time that negotiations were going on, that Adams would not be back with the Packers. I don't know how much I buy that. I mean, it's coming from the best source you can find in Rappaport. I like Rappaport more than Schefter right now, and I trust him. Yeah. Rapp knows what he's talking about. But the thing is that's crazy is during his Instagram post, he said no goodbyes to Adams. There was nothing relating to Adams, and to my everything that I put together, Adams was the big reason he was coming back. And like, I cannot imagine Rodgers picking Green Bay as his destination if Adams was not a part of it. It makes no sense to me whatsoever why he would come back. You're not winning a Super Bowl. Like, this is the best news for Niner fans you could come across today, because now Trey is king of the NFC for sure. This is crazy, man. This is absolutely crazy. Then Watson, fake news, and I'm looking at that. A lot of people in the chat are saying Watson was traded, but I don't know if that's actually out yet. But we'll see. Everyone's saying that right now. I'm refreshing. Do you guys see Watson trade news yet?
I heard. The last I heard, it's between New Orleans and Atlanta, and he's kind of just trying to see where the better fit for him is going to be.
Yeah, there's a lot of people reporting that that's coming out right now. But I'm looking for it. It might be breaking right now as we speak. But this Aaron Rodgers and Adams news is like just overpowering Twitter, and the internet's like breaking. God, what are you guys thinking? I mean, why would Aaron Rodgers sign there over these other options? You know what I really think? This is one of those things where I was gonna be right on Trey starting week 1 until he got hurt, and I got screwed on that. I think Rodgers was going to Denver until the Wilson deal got locked into place, and then Rodgers just back into Green Bay. I swear to you, Rodgers was not fully committed to Green Bay. It was Denver, but Denver said you took too long. We're already going with Russell Wilson, and Rodgers is backed right into Green Bay. That's how I feel it happened, bro.
Right, like, here's my take. So I'm not surprised that he chose the Raiders to go, like. Because I knew if he were to leave, I said the Raiders would be a destination. His car was his boy, and they played at Fresno State. That's his guy, right? Like, those are the guys. They were reunited now. Everybody's talking about how they're reunited. Like, if he were to go, I think Raiders was logical. That's what a lot of people said if he was to go. I just didn't expect him to go because Rodgers came back. That's the whole thing for me is Rodgers came back, so I didn't expect him to go. That's crazy. It's crazy. To me, it's crazy that he left after Rodgers re-signed. And you're right. Like, you would think that part of the reason Rodgers comes back is he knows his boy Devontae's there. We can get him paid. For Rodgers to sit there and say he knew, that's cap.
Yeah.
That's cap.
No.
Sorry, go.
No. I was gonna say we got 415 people in the YouTube live right now. It's popping. You guys, after you're done here, you should jump on because the
820 people going. Yo, I just want to say appreciate all the support this week.
Yeah.
Free agents killing the game. Fucking love it. We've been going wild, ham, all the words. My man, C-Mac.
You guys aren't in our private text messages to read what some of these guys are saying.
You don't want to know what these guys are saying. C-Mac, how you feeling, dog?
Bro, Wild. So Aaron Rodgers knew the entire time when he took on that contract that they were going to work a deal for Devontae Adams?
That's the word on the street.
That's the word.
How the fuck you Aaron Rodgers? So that's why he's comfortable with taking the money? Like, I'm lost in the whole situation. Where does it make sense?
It doesn't make sense. That's why I don't know that I believe the report that Rodgers knew this whole time, because everything seemed to be around Adams, his decision making around Adams. I just wonder if he was going to Denver in his mind, and Denver backed out and said, we were already committed to Russell Wilson. You took too long. I don't know. This is so crazy, man. Like, why would you come back at all? You're not going to win a Super Bowl without Adams. And Adams is not a top 5 wide receiver. I know he thinks that the Raiders are an amazing landing spot. He's got his best friend, Carr, who he played football with.
To say Devontae is not a top 5 receiver, that is the cappiest cap.
No, he's not.
Hold on. No.
You say he's not top 5?
Not anymore. Not in terms of production. No.
Oh, you mean right now?
No.
With Derek Carr? I can understand because of Derek Carr. But
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that getting traded devalues your athleticism. I'm saying he's no longer an NFL top.
From a fantasy perspective.
But not just fantasy production. But from an NFL perspective, production wise, he's no longer a top 5 wide receiver in terms of producing numbers. He's not going to be in league leading yards guy. He's not going to be one of the top touchdown guys. You got Derek Carr throwing footballs. You got Derek Carr throwing footballs to Waller, Renfro, and Adams.
Put some respect on Derek Carr. Derek Carr is an underrated quarterback. I'm tired of people hating on the guy. He's actually good, man. He's not a bad quarterback. Just because he's on the Raiders, I'm gonna keep it up. I think Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback. He's gonna sling that shit and he's gonna throw a lot of touchdowns this season.
Well, we're about to find out because he ain't got no excuse now. Josh Jacobs.
I mean, and he takes a dip from production because Aaron Rodgers, of course, compared to Carr,
big
Carr's
dip.
not as good as Rodgers. But you need to pump the brakes on it. I still think he could be a top 5 receiver, man. Because they're going to put all this pressure on Darren Waller. He's going to get open. There was a lot of double teams on Waller last year. His production slipped a little. Now everybody's like, oh shit, Waller's up. We got to double him. And then cover Devontae. It's going to create. You got third and Renfro. They got a little bit of an offense right there. Now the other thing I want to say is this is kind of crazy to me because I thought that Rodgers and Devontae Adams were boys. I thought they were boys.
That's what I'm saying.
I was thinking the same thing.
I thought they were boys.
I don't.
Are they not friends? Like, is Aaron Rodgers not cool with them?
Aaron Rodgers is estranged from most of his family. It wouldn't surprise me if things were not. You know what I mean? Like, what's Vlad doing? Vlad, what are you doing?
Playing with his meat, man.
Stop playing with your meat.
Chicken shawarma.
Yeah.
This guy is like Chef Emerald.
You guys, I'm telling you, Devontae Adams is not scoring the same amount of. Don't just talk fantasy. His production will not be remotely close with Derek Carr in this system with Waller and Renfro. You cannot call him a top 5 wide receiver. There are just too many options that are better, that are going to produce bigger stats. You're talking about Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp. There's 3 or 4 wide receivers that are going to give him a run for his money in terms of production. I get he's still an amazing talent when the game's on the line. He's one of the best route runners, if not the best route runner in the NFL. But he's only played with Aaron Rodgers. Like, let's see what Derek Carr can do with him. Derek Carr's okay, but he's no Aaron Rodgers. He's no Aaron Rodgers.
That makes sense.
That is a better take right there. I got it.
Yeah, that's a better take than what you originally said.
But it's the same take.
The way you said it was Devontae Adams is not a top 5 receiver.
Yeah.
That shit. Oh, dude.
Yeah, but
that's like Grant Cohn type of run.
No.
Like,
but
if you read the article and you hear the surface, okay, it makes sense.
But
if you off with something like that, bro.
Yeah, but what else? What else did I not explain when you say Devontae Adams is no longer a top 5 wide receiver? That means he's not producing top 5 wide receiver numbers anymore.
Yeah, but because of his surroundings.
But that's what I'm saying. But you put Debo on. Let's say you put Debo on.
We totally understand what you're saying now.
Right. But I mean, I don't know how that was not clear from the statement anyway.
Well, here's the thing, Smitty. Here's the thing, Smitty. Debo Samuel put up one of the greatest receiving seasons of all time was Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback, okay? That's number 1. Matt, I'm going to tell you, Derek Carr's a better quarterback than Jimmy
Of
Garoppolo.
course.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So, I'm going to tell you that Josh McDaniels, pretty good offensive coordinator. So, you got a better quarterback than Jimmy Garoppolo. You got a pretty good offensive coordinator, and you got Davante Adams. You don't want to
Right.
see he's not
But
good.
I see Smitty's point. You lose Aaron Rodgers, and let's be honest, Davante Adams was pretty much the only weapon at receiver besides maybe Tanyan.
Yeah.
And Davante was getting all the looks, all the targets.
Yeah,
no matter if he was double covered or not.
And Debo, you guys, don't forget, there were games where Debo had 1 reception, 2 Like if he wasn't being run as a running, I know, but he was a running back when he couldn't play wide receiver, and that was unusual. Like Adams isn't going to do that. So if Carr's only going to throw so much, and I don't think he's going to throw 40 touchdowns. You know, Rodgers was capable of 38, 40 touchdowns any given season. Adams is not going to eat as much. He's just not. But like if you were to say he's still the possession guy, the guy that could win a game, like you want to talk about that being the best receiver, I get it. But his stats are going to take a little bit of a dip out of the top 5. I mean, yeah, you throw Debo into the names I listed, that's 5 wide receivers right there. You know, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
Smitty, I'm going to let you continue your point real quick. My man Goat says pointless conversation. Hold on, let's talk about the Niners signings today.
Okay, go.
No, let's talk about who they lost.
Go.
Let's talk about who's still under contract.
No, keep going, Smitty. Keep saying your point.
The Niners. Okay, let's talk about Watson real quick. Watson, this guy Jake from NFL Atlanta Talk.com, whatever. Dude drops, he's verified. He's verified on Twitter. Granted, only had like 4,000 followers or something. Drops this trade rumor that Watson's been traded. Then his own company that has like 30,000 followers that's verified in Atlanta, it's like a radio talk show or whatever, they retweet it, and then the whole world goes crazy. And then Kyle Pitts comes out and says things are going to get scary in Atlanta, and then deletes the tweet. We don't know what's going on, but I do have a really strong sense that this New Orleans Saints deal would have already happened, and we're down to New Orleans Saints, and we're down to the Falcons. The Panthers are no longer in play, according to a few reports that I believe to be true, because Rappaport, even though he said he didn't hear it himself, he does confirm that the person reporting is a valid source, and he trusts that source. And the Browns are out. So it's between New Orleans and Atlanta. And the Atlanta thing's so complicated because Derek Carr is a huge contract who got at 4 p.m. $7 million if a trade didn't happen by 4 p.m. But this trade could still happen. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Falcons, do you think it's taking so long for Watson because he's trying to let this Falcon thing play out? Or do you think he's going to New Orleans?
Go ahead.
I think that he's still going to New Orleans. I mean, we had yesterday a verified source saying that, you know, the Niners and Deshaun Watson had interest in each other. So I don't care about a check mark or not. A lot of people are still doing shit for clicks and clickbait. You know, I don't know, like, if you're Watson and you want to go to a situation like Atlanta, to me, isn't the greatest situation to go to right now. Like, yeah, you got Kyle Pitts. The defense is horrible. I think the Saints have more talent. But just to base off the verified thing and somebody having to, like, you can't trust people nowadays. I still feel ultimately that it is the Saints. I just don't understand why he would want to go to Atlanta.
Can I tell you why real quick? And then, Raj, go ahead.
I want to dovetail off of what C-Mac said. Just because they have a check mark don't mean they know
right.
everything. So Jim Trotter, Jordan Schultz, the guy that you mentioned earlier, they might be verified, but they ain't no real source. And that's the thing, because right after those guys said what they said, real reporters like Benjamin Albright, like Matt Mayoko, like Albert Breer, like Adam Schefter, like those guys came out and they said fake news. Aaron Wilson, those guys came out and they said it was fake. So there's no real news out there. And then, you know, people say, oh, JPA just posted. JPA's posting those rumors and putting it on his page because he's getting the likes and the clicks and the clout. That's it. I love the guy, but he's not posting real news. He's not a source. He's just aggregating the information. I aggregate stuff too, but what he's doing, he's taking that said post that they're posting on Twitter and he's posting it there. So he's just reposting those rumors that that people are hearing. So it's not real news. Again, the source that you said, just because he was verified,
right. Right. Of course. But when his own company and the radio station that 30,000 followers from Atlanta backs it up, you got to at least investigate. And it's like we're all looking into it. It's like this thing's bullshit. That was crazy. It was crazy.
And when Albright comes and all these other guys
right.
say it's fake, and I go with the more
of course
valuable, credible source.
Of course.
So anyways, off topic. We're getting off topic. I want to talk about this pinned comment. Do y'all think we're getting rid of Jimmy or not? I feel like the time frame is decreasing by the day. They kept him. They had to be under cap. We already talked about this yesterday. They had to be under cap compliance yesterday. And what did they do in order to do it? They cut contracts of Kittle and Armstead. They took a sacrifice for the team so they can be cap compliant, so they can keep Jimmy. And Jalen Lynch said this a couple weeks ago that there is a plan in case they can't get rid of Jimmy that they're going to have to keep him. And now the shoulder surgery is messing it up. I know people are saying, we're waiting for the Watson domino. Nobody wants Jimmy with the shoulder surgery. So the Niners now, their second option is, they posted this a couple days ago. This was a good report that said they might have to wait till training camp so when people can actually see him throw, if he does heal by that time, then they can make that decision. They kept him on the roster. They're not moving him. I don't think so. I don't think that they're going to be able to move him because of the shoulder surgery. Whether you like to hear it or not, players like Marcus Mariota, Gardner Minshew, some of the other quarterbacks that are available, a team will take them instead right now if they need a quarterback. Because right now you need to go into minicamp, train and OTAs with the quarterback so you can throw, get that chemistry. Jimmy's not going to throw until training camp at the very least, right? And being able to take a hit in the shoulder and all that after rehab, it's a whole different story. So I don't think they're going to release Jimmy at any time soon. I think he's staying on the roster. They cut the contracts of two of his best friends on the team. So it tells me that he's staying on the roster. That's my take. I could be completely wrong, but John Lynch told us this a couple weeks ago. He said it was cap. C-Mac posted again today, and y'all said it was cap. John Lynch is telling us what's happening, and nobody's listening.
Hey, guys, real quickly, breaking news from Schefter retweeting something. Per source, the Packers were willing to pay Adams equally to what the Raiders were offering him in the deal, and he wanted to play elsewhere.
Yeah. So he just wanted out, bro.
He just wanted out.
Why would A-Rod? Why would he?
If that's the case, maybe he wanted out the whole time. Maybe Adams is like, bro, we're beating our heads against the wall here in Green Bay. Yeah. I'm coming to the end of my career. I don't want to play in cold-ass Green Bay on this team that's not going anywhere. I want to go to Las Vegas. I play with my boy Derek Carr. It's way nicer temperatures out there. The taxes are way better in Vegas. You're chilling, bro. You're big chilling.
You know what? He did. He's chilling with his boy, his Fresno dog, man. He got his dog. You know, they said Carr is Adams' guy. I agree with that comment. That it's crazy. Like I said, I thought him and Aaron were boys, but unraveling, he wanted out of Green Bay. You're right. It's cold in Green Bay. Well, I was in the Midwest this year. It's cold up in the Midwest. It's cold out there. It's expensive. Las Vegas. I'm from Las Vegas. It's a great cost of living, my man. It's a great cost of living.
But
he got his boy.
You literally come back though. You come back to win a Super Bowl though. Like I get he wants the money too, but he's tempted to retire. You only come back if you're tempting to retire each year. If you want to win a Super Bowl, you want money too, but like, what on earth would make him think he's even going to sniff a Super Bowl without Devontae Adams?
Here's my question. Let's be honest. Gentlemen. Okay, because take your fan hat off. I'm a fan of football. Take that off. Take that out of there. What's the most important thing? Money.
Yeah.
Dudes can blow out their knee, their head, their shoulder to the next. They don't even... Look, talk to Jalen Hurts. You don't even need to be in a uniform. You can blow out your knee. You're done for the season. Money is the most important thing, period.
He could have got it elsewhere.
Money, because you're right. Tomorrow he could go on the field and tear his ACL practicing for the season. Like, it's not guaranteed.
Yep.
And some comment made a good point. He already won a Super Bowl championship.
He could have got that money anywhere, though.
If Green Bay is offering the same money, it's not about the money.
Yeah.
But it is quality of life. Your quality of life.
Quality of life. Absolutely. Yeah, that's it. So it's not the money. It's where he's at. But who knows? The Aaron Rodgers situation could have weighed in on, like, you know what? Fuck this. It's a shit show. You took Jordan Love a couple years ago. It's a shit show here. I want out.
My point isn't even that. It's that it's not the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl's not what's driving most of these guys. Most of the guys in the NFL aren't driven to win Super Bowls. They're driven to make a fat stack of cash as quickly as possible before their bodies give out and then they can't do it anymore. J.J. Watt is rare, where your body is just blown out and you got fake shoulders and shit and you keep playing. Those dudes are rare. Tom Brady literally won ever. You're never going to get a guy that's going to take pay cuts and marry supermodel to win rings. And you're never going to get that. These dudes, one fat salary, one fat chunk again.
But
Kirk, that dude was like, how much? Yeah, sure, Jacksonville sounds great.
okay, but guys.
Vlad making some good points tonight. Hold up. Vlad is making good points because it's all about quality of life. Because what is the one thing that a lot of these players start talking about now? Their mental. His mental in Green Bay is probably not good. And the great point we just brought up is the fact that he was willing to play for the sake, or the fact that Green Bay was willing to pay. So if it was about the money, it's not, because he could have played with Green Bay with Aaron Rodgers, right? He could have played there, got the same money, and been great in the NFC, because the NFC is a lot easier than the AFC. He said, no, fuck it. I'm going to go into Las Vegas. I'm going to go play with Carr, and I'm going to go prove myself without fucking Aaron Rodgers. I want to make my own legacy. Fuck that, because people like Smitty are sitting here saying, I'm not a top 5 wide receiver in fantasy. Fuck that. I'm going out, and I'm going to prove myself that I'm still the best receiver in the league, bro, because people are now doubting him. No, Smitty, people are now doubting him because they're saying, oh, he doesn't play with Rodgers, that he's not good. Bro, he wants to go improve y'all. People like you, wrong, Smitty.
I'm fine with Adams.
And he's going to go make...
Look, I'm fine with Adams thinking that and doing that. What I'm questioning here is not Adams. I'm questioning Aaron Rodgers. He could have got that deal anywhere else. Why would he not want to get paid big the bag? He's still going to get the bag anywhere he goes and play in a place where he could win a Super Bowl. Like, what's the rationale for Rodgers?
Do you think he doesn't think look, these players believe that they're the best at everything. He thinks he's going to the Raiders. His mindset, he's like, yo, I can turn this into a Super Bowl team.
No, Rodgers.
Come on, man. You think that he doesn't think that he has a chance to win a Super Bowl in that team?
Without Adams?
Rodgers, his car, they just fucking beefed up
no, Raj, I'm saying Rodgers. I'm saying Rodgers. I'm not.
Rodgers can't win a Super Bowl.
No, Raj. What I'm saying is, I don't care about Adams. I get what Adams is thinking. I'm saying Rodgers. Why does Rodgers not want to go elsewhere, get the same amount of money, and have a better team? He's gonna get the bag wherever he goes.
No. They was gonna pay him the most.
Yeah, I was gonna say, You mean $60 million in 2023? Who's giving him that contract?
Aaron Rodgers would have got bank anywhere.
Green Bay. He's the face of that team. That the fans love him. That he can do no wrong. He can go to another team and be the pompous weirdo that he is, and people are gonna be like, "No, man, you're a weirdo, bro. Why are we paying?" Bay is his team.
You're fucking weird.
He's fucking weird, bro.
I don't know if somebody's gonna be willing to give him $60 million.
Bro, he would have got bank no matter where he went. It makes no sense for. It makes no sense for Aaron Rodgers to do this. Like you said, weird. Weird is the only way to really define it, because there's no explanation why you would not go somewhere you could win a Super Bowl and get paid bank. He's getting bank no matter what. No matter what.
The only thing that I can say that's weird on Aaron Rodgers' part is like, okay, you took the money. Dude, $60 million for 1 year in 2023, that's insane. Take that. But if you knew Devontae Adams was going to get traded, and you're okay with that moving forward, and he talked about it wasn't about the money. But at this point, if you know Devontae Adams is gone, is it really not about the money? Because you took a big bag. You know Devontae's gone. Zadarius Smith was getting released. To me, it's like, all right, you settled for the big bag, which is fine. But he really didn't want to make it seem like that. And now you knew Devontae Adams was going to get traded? And you think you're still going to compete for or win a Super Bowl?
Like let's say he gets a little, and I'm not arguing with you guys. I'm arguing with Rodgers' thinking. Let's say he was to get a little bit less money. It's still so much money. He would have been the highest paid quarterback in the NFL regardless, no matter where he went. Maybe he got less money, whatever. He would have got more money than he could ever spend. I just don't get it. Like, Raj, what you're saying about him being weird is the only explanation, because I don't understand why you would literally be like, I'm going elsewhere. You don't get me wide receivers. I don't have weapons. How am I supposed to win without weapons? And literally he knows that Adams is going to go elsewhere and he comes back to Green Bay. It makes no sense. It makes no sense whatsoever.
It's gotta be
Money.
But he would have got the bag anywhere.
No, I don't think somebody's giving him 60.
He would have been the highest paid quarterback no matter where he went. No matter where he went.
No one in the NFL is going to give him $124 million.
Nobody's paying that.
I'm saying, man.
He was getting
especially in the age too.
Maybe it would have been lesser money, but it was still going to be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
Maybe if for the GM, you would have done it, bro. Like, hold on real quick before you guys go on. My man, Hofer, why are 49er brothers only talk about Adams, Rodgers, and the Raiders and nobody about our team? Let's think about what we did this offseason. Let's see who we thought. Yo, go to any sports page right now. This is what we're doing with the agency. We're talking about the events. It's a different week. We're talking about everything. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. My man Vlad lives in the kitchen. He knows the heat. But listen,
boys playing with raw meat right now. Make sure you wash your hands before your taste test.
Hold on, C-Matt. Let's talk about the players that we signed today.
Moment of silence. It's dead.
Let's talk about all the players that passed by and got signed.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
So
I think.
Go ahead.
I do see where you're coming from. Where this Jimmy might be here next. I think that's fucking crazy. If Jimmy,
it's wild. It's the worst move.
It's that L. You're basically guaranteeing like just confusion and just you don't trust Trey Lance. But that's fine. One crazy rumor I heard today, and I know I brought it up to you guys, is if Watson does end up in Atlanta, the rumor is Matt Ryan to the Bay. What do you think about that?
I'm just gonna say no. I'm not gonna speak on it. Go ahead.
Matt Ryan to the Bay?
Matt Ryan to the Bay.
Give me a break. Look, Matt Ryan's going to Indy, or he's going to. First of all, his contract is the size of that chicken you've got in that pot there, Vlad. Okay, no one's taking on Matt Ryan, but maybe Cleveland if they could make the numbers work, or the Colts. The Colts have so much cap, they need to win. It's very much like the Stafford coming over to the Rams situation. You got to win now, got a short window. Ryan and Stafford kind of hold that same kind of like, at least Stafford before he came to the Rams, people have short memories. He wasn't the sexy quarterback pick to bring over to the Rams. He was good. He could be good. He could open up and be a lot better if he finally gets support. Matt Ryan in Indy would be phenomenal. But the Bay, who's spreading those rumors?
He's the number one bet for DraftKings. He has the best odds.
There you go, DraftKings.
Can I bet against that? Can I bet against that bet?
You can.
Absolutely. Put your money up.
I'm dropping.
Work for them.
Real quick, if Matt Ryan goes to Indianapolis, then Jimmy G's staying in San Francisco, people.
We kind of feeling like that's going to happen regardless.
But I said, yeah.
Trey's still going to dominate, but I'm definitely upset about Jimmy G. You guys know how mad it makes me, but no way Matt Ryan's to the Bay. They wouldn't pay Matt Ryan that contract. That's about as fake news as Jake's Watson.
Contracts get renegotiated all the time.
Yeah, but you know what? No, but Vlad, at 4:00, Matt Ryan's contract just got renegotiated already, and he got $7 million, and it got really ugly. The contract got really ugly, so it's like it's hard to bear. The contract is really, really bad. It was just restructured.
First source DraftKings.
Then again, if that's the case, then another reason Jimmy's staying here.
Yeah.
Because if stuck with Matt Ryan and New Orleans gets Watson, that's it. Game's over.
I'm in shock right now about Adams. I'm just in shock. I would have where's Jake right now from Uncovered NFL?
That's the first person I tagged when I see Rodgers live.
He's probably crying in the corner right now.
He's walking the dog around the block a few times.
He's got to take that dog out for a lot of walks, man.
Bro, can you imagine? Hold on. If you're the Packers, can you imagine paying what was that, C-Mac, $128 million guaranteed?
For who?
For Rodgers?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Can you imagine paying that 120 or 140 guaranteed and not having Devontae Adams. What a dumb move by Green Bay. They should have blown it up and rebuilt. They should have traded Aaron Rodgers for 2 or 3 first rounders, traded Adams away for the first rounder, and had a blow-up season. Like, what are you doing paying Aaron Rodgers that amount of money when you can't win a Super Bowl? This is the most ridiculous move by an organization I've ever seen. I wish Jake was on here so I could blast him and how his team just completely punted the entire organization.
That this same quarterback that's causing all this for your franchise is the same quarterback that you basically shoved to the side at one point and said, you know what, we need a quarterback in the first round of this year's draft, and we're going to take that guy, and we're not going to get Aaron Rodgers' help. Dude, from that point on has been the biggest blunder, almost as bad, even more worse than what John Lynch has done with Jimmy G, maybe on the same level. The fact that this team went from drafting Jordan Love, saying pretty much, all right, well, in a couple years, Aaron Rodgers is going to be out, to the point where you just gave Aaron Rodgers the most ridiculous contract, and you were willing and knew you were getting rid of Devontae Adams. What in the fuck are you thinking?
They're gonna replace Adams with Landry, and they're gonna have one of the worst seasons they've had in a long time. This is such if we want to celebrate anything here from as a Niner community here on the IG Live, is that the Niners just got a lot easier path to the NFC Championship. A lot easier. The Aaron Rodgers can't carry the whole team. This is great news if you're a Niner fan.
But still, we're not in good spirits right now.
I understand. I understand. Anything on the Watson front?
No.
Come on.
When we drafted Lance, Jed York came out and said we're comfortable with having Jimmy be the starter for.
Oh, Debo just tweeted out. Oh, man, this is golden. He just said the conference is getting easier day by day. Oh, wow.
Speaking facts is what he's doing.
Speaking facts.
Yeah. Derek Carr. I'm sorry, guys. I like Derek Carr enough to say he's not a bad quarterback by any means, but he is not going to get the most out of Adams. You got to think about it like that. Like, can you get the most out of Adams in Las Vegas? I don't know.
Well, here's the thing, though.
They're better.
But maybe with Renfro there and Waller there, maybe it opens up more lanes. The offense becomes more dynamic.
Yeah, but you're in the AFC. You're in the AFC West, man.
AFC West is
like you know what I mean. Is it almost like throwing all this good after an impossible situation anyway? It's like holy shit, man. Like this is the AFC.
They literally added Khalil Mack, Chandler Jones, Devontae Adams. Like, that division is fucking ridiculous.
I mean, they're better. Like the Raiders are better.
Russell Wilson.
Carr is today. Carr got better. Today the Raiders got better. No question about it. And maybe I'm speaking more to a production for fantasy wise, but like Adams, he can't get the most out of himself over there in a Raiders uniform, but it does help the Raiders significantly. So we'll see. But the Packers screwed up.
You gotta also throw in that. Look how good Burrows and Chase were year one, and they had the college connection. Adams and Carr had no connection. I'm telling you, like.
Vlad.
I'm gonna put up 1,700 yards in 17.
It's Burrow, Vlad. It's not Burrows. It's Burrow.
Burrow. It's all same.
Larkin Tomlinson is a New York Jet.
Vlad, can we see the food? Vlad, can we see the food?
It's in the air fryer right now.
Okay. How many?
What are you making? What's on the menu?
Hummus, tzatziki, and chicken shawarma cooking right now.
Eating fancy. More like a Burger King, McDonald's. You know what I
mean? Yeah. See, Mac. How many hot dogs do you get off the Circle K rollers a week?
I literally had a chili dog today from Dairy Queen, and it was phenomenal. Had it on my break. It's actually perfect because next door to my job is literally Dairy Queen. I literally walk over. I hop like a little brick wall, hop down to the bottom, walk right over there, get my chili dog in. It's a good break. It's a good day. C-Mac
eats like a bachelor. Will that change very soon?
Yes. So right now I can afford it, right? So I'm kind of living it up. But I'm 32. I know that's going to change very soon, right? So I'm kind of living it up right now, just going through those motions, and then soon enough, I'll be watching what I gotta eat.
It's not even like watching what I eat. I like cooking a lot.
He looks like he's going to the firing range.
For a living. I just got tired of it.
But myself, I wouldn't want to go and like work in a kitchen or anything. But I like cooking for myself, and I around the house better than buying.
Hey, Raj. Percentage chance that Jimmy G's on the roster in week 1?
100%.
Oh my God.
About 5%.
Bro, he's gonna be here. If you're telling Ryan already signed that $7 million deal, then it's basically guaranteed that Watson's gonna end up in either Indy or New Orleans. And that's it. That's it. Game over. Because if Watson in Indianapolis, then New Orleans is just gonna say, listen, Jameis Winston, we're good. We're gonna stick with Jameis Winston. The Cleveland Browns aren't going to trade Baker to Seattle, so that's not going to happen.
Well, they might trade him. They just won't give him permission to seek a trade. Like they put him.
That would literally be our only hope. The last hope we would have is if Cleveland trades Baker to Seattle, so we could trade Jimmy to Cleveland. Because other than that,
I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to be back on like someone's job's on the line, in my opinion.
You're
Oh, absolutely. If Jimmy G is on this roster in training camp, it's done. John's got to go.
John Lynch.
And I'm going to go on a rant just for a minute. I tried not to get into this, and I posted that video on my today on my last post. A lot of people call me fair weather fans for calling shit for it is what it is. At this point, okay, right now our roster has D Ford and Jimmy Garoppolo on that roster. For those two guys, you know who's not on our roster right now? Laken Tomlinson, DJ Jones, Raheem Mostert. Regardless how you feel about injuries, $3 million for Raheem Mostert. Trent Sherfield, Kentavious Street is gone. Again, depth, but things where guys that we've brought up, right, who are at the pinnacle of their career right now, DJ Jones. And we're sitting on doing nothing because Jimmy Garoppolo is still on this fucking roster. And you dropped a video at the Combine after investing so much into Trey Lance for the third pick to invest in a quarterback. You literally at the Combine and you feel like, yeah, we can go into 2022 in training camp and have a competition with Trey Lance and Jimmy Garoppolo. What are you doing? And guys like Laken Tomlinson and DJ Jones and those, what is it going to take for fans to sit here and say, okay, you know what? My eyes are open. Is it when Arden Key signs with another team? Is it when K'Wan Williams signs with another team? At what point are fans going to sit there and, yes, we are faithful, we are for the cause, we back shit up 100%, right? That's what we do. That's why we're the faithful. But it comes to a point in time when it doesn't make sense, you can't go with it no more. I'm good with shit until it makes sense. When it doesn't make sense, like what we're doing right now, watching players that could help this team put us over that hump to win a Super Bowl, what are we doing?
Who's the guy? Okay.
I need to continue because listen, man, we kept fucking D Ford back injury. You think he's seeing the field this season? No, bro. We kept Garoppolo right now, who's got a bum shoulder and the surgery. You could have traded him before. Okay, I get it. I'm not even going to speak ill on anybody. The fact that we're keeping these guys over players that put in work and provide us with stats. Like, how many sacks is Jimmy Garoppolo going to get? None. How many is DJ Jones going to get? He'd probably get 5 or 6 this season. How many pancakes is Jimmy going to get? Or D Ford going to get? None. How many is Laken Tomlinson going to get? A whole bunch. Like, yeah, okay, they were expensive. But the fact you kept those two guys, if they're not on the roster right now, you have the money to bring DJ Jones and Laken Tomlinson back, and probably even Raheem back. Like,
exactly.
That's the problem, man. They're sitting on their hands. And too many fans are like, oh, we got Debo, we got Kittle, we got Brendan Ayuk,
and that's the thing.
We got 9 draft picks. Those 9 draft picks aren't immediate. We lost 2 starters. It's hard to replace a starter. A starter that took years to develop, and we, saw him grow from being a rookie to now.
Yeah.
I feel like we're all on the same page for once. I really do. I think we're all...
But it has to... I'm sorry, go ahead, Smitty.
I was going to say...
Like this, but we still have a stacked roster. not
Hey.
as stacked as it was a week ago, my guy.
Hey, what's the guy's name that's responsible for all the amazing late calls and scouting? The Kittles, the Peter. Why not move him into GM?
Man.
Why not move?
They're going to trust. Hold up. Now they're going to trust Aaron Banks, who half of you fans call a bust. Half of you guys call him a bust, but you think it's overreacting that we lost Lake Tom. Okay, we're okay with Aaron Banks now because we have to accept it. You're okay with Javon Kinlaw, who half of you guys call a bust, but it's okay to have him be the replacement for DJ Jones, and he's supposed to be the replacement for DeForest Buckner. He's going to replace both of those guys. Not going to have. They kept D Ford over those guys. It's not an overreaction, guys. It's the reality, and y'all don't like to hear it.
Move Peters to GM because you're going to lose him at some point, right?
Peters, I'm surprised he's still there.
Yeah. So why not move him to GM, or you're going to lose him? I mean, this is another thing that's like dragging feet.
Right.
They gave Adam Peters a fat pay raise last year. This year he had like 2 or 3 interviews with other teams, but he turned down the position. I really believe like this should have been John Lynch's last year. I think he should have taken that Amazon job.
Yeah. Hey, can I just say, I thought a little while ago he was genius for for turning it down. Maybe he should have taken it, right?
Right.
It's so funny, man. People, we're overreact. We ain't overreact. We lost 2 starters straight up.
It's not overreaction. Look at where the NFL is going. Look at the past 2 Super Bowl champions. Okay, you had the Bucs, who had a young roster, right? Had full of talent. What did they do? They went out and they made moves that would put them over the hump. Obviously, Tom Brady's huge, right? They win a Super Bowl. The Rams last year literally said, you know what? Fuck a draft. Fuck all my first-round picks. I'm going to invest on talent that has veteran leadership and guys that can put us over the hump. Yes, we have young talent. We are capable of making a run. It's about making your team better in free agency. And instead of making this roster better, we got worse. And we still have Jimmy G on the roster when you have the 3rd overall pick quarterback sitting in wings. Just where does it make sense?
And here's the thing. This is the thing. Everybody says, "Oh, Raheem's injury prone. Raheem's injury prone." Y'all are toxic in the comments for Raheem. You think toxic comments? He probably happy he's not having to deal with the toxic comments. Now, here's the other thing. Everybody says Raheem's injury prone. He's injury prone, right? But then the same motherfuckers say, "Go get OBJ." Make it fucking make sense. Dog.
Yeah.
Like, he's not injury prone. And Raheem,
OBJ won't even play like the first half of the year.
I get it. Had some injuries, but let's look. Jimmy Ward got hurt. Armstead got hurt.
Elijah Mitchell missed games.
Elijah Mitchell missed 6 games last year. Jimmy Garoppolo, Kittle, Debo said they all fucking go through injuries. But we lost key players on this team. Whatever you got to do to accept it, and here is the ownership problem. 100%, man. Jed York, he been sleeping at the wheel for years, man. He's the reason why they lost Harbaugh.
How much of it's Shanahan though? Like, how much are we mad at Shanahan here? Because it's like,
Jed York's the same guy that picked Trent Baalke over
Harbaugh.
So you gotta keep that number 1 in mind. Number 2, this gives me tons of red flags about Trey Lance personally. It's like me looking at it because I love the 49ers, but I gotta look at it like pragmatically. You draft 3rd overall, gave up 3 draft picks for 1, got Trey Lance. You started Jimmy. Now, you can argue and say, well, he's a rookie, Jimmy had the roster likes him, whatever. Now you're going into the 2nd year. If you're that comfortable, if you're as comfortable as losing the depth of starters on your roster to keep Jimmy Garoppolo, if you're that serious, and John Lynch is serious about the competition, right, keeping Jimmy for competition next year, that tells me Trey Lance isn't ready.
I don't know.
It could be a while, though, because...
I don't think so. I agree. I understand what you're saying, Vlad. I just...
Jimmy Garoppolo, what are you doing?
Confidence does Kyle instill on these players? Because, look, we losing players. So I'm going to be...
Ayuk?
Daniel seems like a cool-ass dude. I don't know if Kyle's... He puts people in the doghouse. These are grown-ass men. And you got a doghouse? That's all I'm going to say about that.
And also, like, Vlad, I hear what you're saying, but I don't hate your stance, but I hate the stance in general that because something doesn't happen, that it means something someone isn't ready, or you know what I mean? Just because Shanahan made a mistake and didn't play Trey Lance all year doesn't mean it was because there was good reason. Like, what we saw from Lance, our eyeballs aren't lying. The dude's electric. The dude's elite. And you know what? He's not going to be ready until he's on the field playing. And so, yeah, he might be making mistakes in game 1, game 2, game 3. But we've literally seen him play a handful of games where he self-corrected mid-game and played really, really well. Like, there's no reason for me to believe there's anything. And the practice footage we see leaked, he looks amazing. Like, just because Lynch is dropping the ball, just because Shanahan's dropping the ball on using Trey Lance doesn't mean anything to me. I could care less if they don't believe in Trey. I believe in Trey. I know what my eyes tell me. But the problem is I don't know if they're going to get in the way again. And it's like, here I'm making all these bold predictions about Trey, but if I'm being honest, I don't know how much I trust Shanahan to keep the course. And if Jimmy's on this roster, he'll be so tempted to use him anytime something comes up. And I'm pissed about it. That's why I know Lynch is the problem there, but how much of it is Shanahan?
All of if you take out they round.
Hold on, you bad Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you're too far away from your mic.
Oh, sorry.
I think the kitchen equipment's in the way. It's getting the reception with the blender and.
But we can speak on this pinned comment though.
Yeah, let's talk about this real quick because I think we're arguing a little bit here, getting a little hot, but let's all agree on one thing right now. They're waiting for the trade value to go back up with Jimmy. His trade value ain't going up.
His trade value is not going anywhere. It's stale.
Jimmy doesn't have trade value.
There is no trade value.
Ain't got no money.
I don't. It's like, never mind. I'm not going to
Listen, coming off of shoulder surgery, and it's not a slight to the man. I've been his biggest supporter, but there's no trade value when there's other quarterbacks on the market.
Hey, there's some news here. Looks like the Falcons now have pushed back $7.5 million roster bonuses due Friday to QB Matt Ryan to Tuesday, giving Atlanta 4 extra days to hear Deshaun Watson's decision and be able to trade Matt Ryan if necessary, per league sources coming from Adam Schefter. So,
source, baby. My man, Adam. Source.
But we're okay. We're okay with Schefter using per source, but. And definitely Rappaport, but anybody else, we don't. You better source your grandma or something.
Unless Raj says it, I was gonna say. Unless Raj says it, take it to the bank.
Yeah.
I say per source.
Take it to the bank. If he says per source, then it's really go to Vegas.
When I double it on the sports, 100%.
Yeah. Guys, I'm so upset about Jimmy. Hey, we're doing the quad box on YouTube because I think Twitter's gonna be waiting on us.
This should have been. This would have.
Well, we can do it again. Hey, let's end it here and let's all jump. I'll send a link.